Si te gusta hacerlo, mami, vamos a verla. Ven para acá para que me muestres tu cadera. Sácale chispa y dale candela. Para ver, vamos a ver si gapela. La, mami, todo eso se ve. Da la vuelta, ponte al revés. Pon la mano, vaya en la pared y gózate esta culera.
Hello from beautiful San Juan, Puerto Rico. So I am here in the heart of San Juan at the Puerto Rico Convention Center for TBEX. It is a conference for travel creators. There's bloggers, social media influencers, photographers, drone pilots, anything you could think of that has to do with travel. And there are even some non-travel people here, so it's really a diverse group of around 300 people this year. So what's a travel conference and why would you come to one, and what do you even do here? Do you even learn anything? Do you even meet new people? Like, is it just a bunch of social media influencers talking about themselves, taking pictures? Well, I'm gonna tell you. By the end of this video, you'll have a good idea of what travel conferences are, what you do at one, what it's like to be at one, and why you should go to one. The official conference, which might be what you're picturing, where you're sitting in a room learning, you're at the convention center, learning about how to be a better travel creator. It's only 2 official days, but the conference activities actually start a few days before the official conference starts, which is why I highly recommend you always come to a travel conference early and stay a little late. So before the actual conference starts, there's 2 things that often happen. And it can vary by conference. It depends how big the conference is, how long it's been happening. A lot of new conferences won't have a lot of this established yet, but a lot of conferences who have been around a while or are really big, like TBEX, have all of these things set in place to make the conference less conferencey and more fun for attendees. So the first thing that you might be able to do before the conference is called a pre-BEX tour, which is specific to TBEX, but a lot of them have these like pre-conference tours that you can attend that are set up by the destination, in this case San Juan, or Puerto Rico, and they take you around the island or the city or the state, wherever it's being held. You can explore different places. So yesterday I went on a pre-conference tour to El Yunque, which is the rainforest here in Puerto Rico. There were a lot of other tours to choose from, like bioluminescence kayaking, lots of walking tours around the city, street food tours. There were a ton to choose from, and you get to choose which ones you do. You can sign up. Sometimes the conferences will limit you to 1 or 2, but you can sign up when you get your conference ticket. So oftentimes these tours would cost you a lot of money. Like sometimes taking some of these day trips that the conferences host would cost you up to like $200. But when you attend the conference, you buy your ticket, they're included. Sometimes they're limited, like with how many spots there are or how many you can attend, but they're included. So it's a great way, if you can attend 1 or 2 of them, to get more value out of the cost of your conference ticket. You'll see that a lot of them do vary. So sometimes they have pre-conference tours, sometimes they have post-conference tours, sometimes they have both. A lot of the conferences I've been to have had both. TBEX specifically does most of them before the tour, which is why you want to get here a day or 2 early, so you can fully explore the destination that is hosting the conference. So oftentimes these tours would cost you a lot of money. Like sometimes taking some of these day trips that the conferences host would cost you up to like $200. But when you attend the conference, you buy your ticket, they're included. Sometimes they're limited, like with how many spots there are or how many you can attend, but they're included. So it's a great way, if you can attend 1 or 2 of them, to get more value out of the cost of your conference ticket. Good evening from San Juan, Puerto Rico. It is absolutely beautiful here. It is the first night of the official conference. The sun is setting. It's beautiful here in Old San Juan. So today there was no conference, But a lot of people get here early because these travel conferences have tours that you can do either before or after the conferences start. So today I went on one. It was to El Yunque rainforest on the island. It was a little disappointing because it rained, so we didn't get to hike as much as we were expecting, but it was still beautiful. I love rainforests. After going to Costa Rica, I'm like obsessed with rainforests, so it was still a lot of fun. I'm glad I went. Tomorrow starts the official first day of the conference, where we are actually at the convention center conferencing and stuff. So I'm really excited for that. But yeah, I would definitely recommend getting to conferences a day or two early, and then staying a day or two after, because oftentimes they're included in the price of the conference. So really, if you want to get your full money's worth for being here, you should definitely sign up for one of the tours. So these tours can happen before or after the actual conference. But what happens when it's time for the actual conference? Well, today was day one of TBEX North America 2024, and it was a jam-packed day, let me tell you. These conferences are full of information, networking, learning. There's so much to see and do. They're very tiring, but they're so worth it. Let me tell you what we did today on TBEX day one. So first off, this morning we had a beginner session, which was for everyone who is attending their very first TBEX, myself included. It was just kind of an introduction to what are we here doing, how can you make the most of this experience, what should you not miss, and what are some tips to have the best TBEX for your first time. So after the beginning session, which was first thing in the morning, we all headed into the main conference room for a keynote, which is something that everyone in the conference is welcome to and should attend. Usually they're more inspirational from some of the biggest like creators or bloggers. Whoever's really been successful lately, they talk about their journey. The keynotes are really meant to inspire everyone. Be like, here's where I started, here's where I am now, here's what you can do. Like, they're really inspirational, and I really enjoyed today's. It was by Jen Ruiz, who is a solo traveler. She just released a book. She had an incredible journey, and it was really cool hearing from her. The keynotes are a great way to start off your day or your afternoon or whatever time of the day they are, and really get inspired to learn that day and network and meet all the people and be like, this is where you could be one day. So today, after the keynote, there were 3 session times where you can go into the conference rooms and learn about different topics. During each session block, there are a few different topics that you can choose from depending on what you're interested in. So if there's something that you're really focusing on for the conference or something you really want to learn about, you could find sessions that align with that goal. And if there's other things that don't interest you, for example, if you're not into podcasting or if you're not into social media or something, you don't have to go to those sessions. You don't have to learn what you don't want to. But it's really nice because they usually give you at least 2 options to choose from. TBEX gives you up to 4 during most of the time block, so there's a lot to choose from. Sometimes it's actually hard to choose which session you're going to, which is a good problem to have because it means you're really willing to learn and you make the most out of this. So just to give you some examples of what these sessions were, the ones I went to today were how bloggers can make money with diversified income, how to make effortless content with AI, and how to maximize your blog revenue with data. So lots of different topics that are covered here. So since there are so many sessions going on at one time and it can be hard for people to choose, most conferences will record all the sessions and send them to you after when you attend the conference. So if you missed one that you really wanted to go to or it was really hard to choose, or sometimes later in your journey you just want to learn something new and you're like, oh, there was a great session for that at TBEX or whatever conference, you have access to the recording so you can go back and watch it later. So don't worry, you're not going to miss out on everything. You don't have to really strategically choose, go to whatever sounds the most fun or interesting to you in the moment, and you'll have access to all of the recordings, usually about a month after the conference. Today, TBEX and Discover Puerto Rico also included lunch for us, which was super nice. Conferences are kind of hit or miss on whether or not they include meals and coffee and stuff like that. So it's really nice when they do because again, it's just giving you more value for your ticket. So I had a great time at my first full official day of TBEX 2024. Tonight we have a free night, so I'm going to go find some Puerto Rican food, and I will see you back here tomorrow for day 2.
Ey, bien cabrón pa' que sepa. Si no respetas se te pesta. Pa' todo lo que me resta. Dale man, pregunta tuya where me from. Ey, Puerto Rico.
Hello from San Juan. I am here inside the Puerto Rico Convention Center on day 2 of TBEX North America 2024. It was another great day of learning, networking, and just all of the things that come with a travel conference. So we started the day with another great keynote. Those are like honestly one of my favorite parts because you never know really what they're going to talk about, but they're always so inspirational. And I think I said this yesterday, but it's just such a great way to start off your day, and it really helps you get in the mood to learn and network and just make the most of this experience. So, from the keynote, we had another 3 sessions today. I went to Pinterest marketing, optimizing your travel content for SEO success, and I just got out of a great session about how to be your best self and have good etiquette on press trips and fam trips and all that good stuff. So that was really helpful because I do have a fam trip tomorrow that I'm super excited about. I will talk about that more in a minute. But we also had a lunch break in between the sessions, and during that, we had the first annual TBEX Creator Awards. So there were 7 categories for that, and it was really cool to see like who was nominated and what they're doing in the travel and creator space. And there's a few conferences that have awards like that, and they're always really cool to see like what others are doing, and like I didn't even know who like half the people who were nominated were, so it really opened up like my world into seeing other types of creators in the travel space. So they provided us with a great lunch while we watched the awards, so that was a lot of fun. So right now is time for speed networking, or what some places call like their media or sponsor market case. So you can set up meetings with a lot of the brands and DMOs and destinations that are here at the conference, and talk to them for like 8 to 10 minutes at a time. Pitch to them like who you are, what you do, learn a little more about them, and it's a great way to meet people in person. And instead of just pitching like via an email, you really get to put a face, like they get to put a face to your name, your brand, see how you are, and how you could help them. So if you're doing any of that at travel conferences or anything, you definitely want to have a business card, a media kit, something with your contact information, and have your like, I'd say like 30 seconds or less initial pitch so that these brands know who you are and what you do and who your audience is. So most of these travel conferences have a time or space or whatever where you could sign up for those. And like I said, it's really great to just meet these people in person and ask all your questions instead of emailing back and forth, or helping that your email doesn't get like lost in their spam or something, or having to follow up. Like it's one of the biggest benefits of coming to travel conferences, and you never know like who you're going to meet here, or because like I was talking to a brand today I knew nothing about, and now I'm like so excited about what they do. It's really cool. You never know who you're going to meet or what kind of opportunities can come from these brand networking sessions. So right now people are having meetings. They're all scheduled. I have a few in a little bit. And after that, there is one final keynote that we are going to go to. Again, very excited. It should be a great way to like really close out this great conference. And from the keynote, there is a closing party where you get to just talk to everyone you've met, even meet still new people, because there's like hundreds of people at these, and there's no way you're going to talk to everyone. So most conferences do have an opening party the first night and a closing party the last night. Some of them don't do those things, but they're a lot of fun. And usually the destinations will have them, like host them in a really cool spot in the city or state or wherever you are. So tonight, it is at the Bacardi factory here in San Juan, which will be really cool. So then finally, once the conference is officially over, there are a few more tours going on starting tomorrow, and there are also more fam trips. So fam trips, which stands for familiarization trips, are these trips that creators who go to these conferences can apply for, and they're hosted by the destination that is hosting the conference. So in this case, Discover Puerto Rico. And there are FAMs before or after, or both, before or after the conference. In this case, both. And they give you a lot of information on what they are and if there's any focuses like video or social media, whatever, and you can apply to them. You give them like your follower counts and why you think you'd be great for these trips. You usually get to choose which one or ones you're applying for, and they choose, it depends on the conference. For this one, I believe there's like 5 people on each one, but sometimes they invite like way more, way less. It kind of depends. So those are starting. The post-conference fam trip start tomorrow. So I applied for a fam trip for this trip, and luckily enough, I was accepted. I'm very excited. My fam trip starts tomorrow. It is 3 nights, and the focus is rum and chocolate. So we will be visiting some chocolate farms, some restaurants that highlight like rum and chocolate. We're going to Bacardi to have like a special tour there, and they're really just times where you get to, where they choose creators to highlight the destination or experiences they have around here. And as part of the fam trip, you're expected to like make some content around it. So personally, I'll be like Instagram storing it, doing some reels. I'm also going to make a YouTube video about what it's like being on a fam trip, so you guys all know. But so we have 3 nights. We are staying here in San Juan as our base and going around this area, highlighting the chocolate and rum experiences that Puerto Rico has to offer. And it's really just a cool way to, one, meet new people, because you're with creators. You might not know who they are. You might have met them before. Either way, you're spending 4 days with them, so you really get to know them better. You also get to know the destination better, because they are putting on all these curated experiences for the creators who come to these events, and get to show it off on social media and do what you probably love doing most, which is making content around them. If you don't love that, I don't know why you would be coming to a travel conference. But so it's kind of a win-win for the destinations and the creators. You have to apply and they have to accept you. But there's no like specific deliverables. You're just supposed to create content around what you're doing and what you enjoy and what you think your audience will like. And they're getting content and exposure from your audience from it. So it's like really fun. So in the end, this was my first TBEX, my 3rd content creator conference. Definitely one of my favorites. I love Puerto Rico. All the sessions were super informative, and I've met some great people here. If you're wondering if you should go to a travel conference, I would highly recommend it if you're looking to expand your business or your skills when it comes to content creation. And no matter what you do, a lot of these conferences have like a lot of topics covered, like podcasting, YouTube, social media, writing, blogging. And then there's other ones that are like more niche. So like this one, it has a lot of bloggers. There's like VideoCon, which focuses on videos, obviously. So you can kind of find one that fits you, like what you're looking to expand and grow on. And they're hosted all over the world. So no matter where you are, you can find one close to you, or you can find one in a destination that you've always wanted to visit. So I highly recommend going to one. It is an investment because you have to buy the ticket, you have to travel to where you're going, buy a hotel unless it happens to be in your city. But what you get out of it, and all the benefits that you get out of these conferences and all the networking opportunities, it's really like so worth the money. I can't recommend them enough. Just find the right one for you, what you want to focus on, what conferences has the topics covered that you want to learn about. And once you find the right one for you, you will have a great time. Put yourself out there, make the most of it. So I hope you learned a lot more about what a travel conference is, what happens at one, and why you might want to go to one. Make sure you check out my next video for what it is like to go on a fam trip when you come on one of these travel conferences. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more. TBEX. The T is absolutely beautiful here. I'm losing my notes, so no. Oh, good. Like I said, you have to apply.